Why can't we commit to that diet? And why can't we have a relationship that doesn't end in heartbreak every few weeks? Right, here's a scenario. You're trying to lose weight. You eat well for a week, maybe two, and then slowly, almost without even noticing, you fall back into your old habits. This isn't new. It's literally the story of your life. It's been happening for the past 10, 20, maybe 30 years. And every time it happens, you tell yourself the same thing. It's my fault. I'm weak. I've got no self-discipline. Or I just don't want it badly enough. And then you get a burst of motivation. Try again. And the cycle repeats. Now here's another scenario. You have an argument with your partner. It gets heated. Words are said that shouldn't be said. You both walk away hurt, angry, maybe even cold. And then comes the sulking, the distance, the tension, until eventually you make up. And in that moment, you genuinely believe that's it. We've now understood each other and we won't let it get to this point again. But it happens again and again. In fact, it's been happening for the past 10 or 20 years of your relationship. Maybe you think you know why it's happening. Maybe you believe it's your partner's fault. Or maybe you've accepted that it's your fault, but you feel stuck. Like, this is just who I am. I always ruin things, but I can't help it. But you make up, you move on, and you can't imagine another blow up happening again. But a few weeks later, the cycle repeats. So what exactly is going on here? Why can't we commit to that diet? And why can't we have a relationship that doesn't end in heartbreak every few weeks? I think part of the answer is quite simple. We've forgotten how to use one of the most important words in the human language. Why? Do you remember being a child? You wanted to understand everything. Your mum would tell you something and you'd be like, why? She'd explain. And you'd ask again, but why? And again, and again. Because as kids, we used the word why the way it was meant to be used. Not to attack, not to blame, but out of curiosity, out of genuine desire to understand. But somewhere along the way, we grew up and we developed an ego. And we forgot the true purpose of the word why. It changed from why to why. As children, we were aware of how much we didn't know. But as adults, we're still ignorant in many ways. The only difference is now we think we know it all. So coming back to that diet we can't stick to, we think we already understand why we failed. So we don't ask why. Instead, we ask, why am I such a failure? Why am I so undisciplined? Why am I so greedy? And just like that, the word stops being a tool for understanding and it becomes a weapon, a tool for blame. And in relationships, it's the same thing. If we believe our partner is the problem, we don't ask, why did they behave in that way? Instead, we ask, why are they so damn selfish? Why do they always lie? Why are they so distant from me all the time? And if we believe that we're the problem, we don't ask, why am I behaving this way? Instead, we ask, why am I such a bad person? Why did I do it again? Why do I always mess things up? Same word, two completely different meanings. One version helps you understand what's driving you to the food, what you're actually trying to soothe, what pain you're trying to escape from. It helps you understand what's behind your partner's defensiveness or what's underneath your own lying, shutting down, anger, or withdrawal. The other version, the blaming version, that one makes the situation worse. And it doesn't create change. Nothing in the situation will change. It creates shame. And shame doesn't heal you. The truth is, we won't make meaningful change in our lives until we go back to using the word why the way we did as kids. To understand, not to punish, not to blame ourselves or to blame others. Because healing doesn't begin with discipline. Healing begins with understanding. And our journey of growth doesn't start when we scream, why? It starts when we finally learn to softly ask, why?